Good evening, everyone at randfinance.com, and welcome to another edition of Dino's Tech Picks. Tonight is Sunday evening, the 26th of August, about 10 after 10 Eastern. Looking at the S&P 500 minis again, and I'm going to start with a little recap of last week. The Friday before last week, we had that nice bear flag. Bull flag forming here, and had the breakout. I believe that was on Monday, and started making its way up. Had a target of 1426.50, I believe, and we had this breakout candle here, and it came down and it back tested that flag a number of times. Started moving up, and it came down and back tested it a second time, and I didn't like that, even though it was successful. We had already back tested it. It shouldn't come down and back test a second time, but and sure enough, it fell short of the target, and this was the start of let's bust the pattern week. There were a number of them, one of which was this first one, this bull flag, and then we came down and started making a bear flag here, and bear flag breaks, and then we hit the bottom of this little inner channel that I've been keeping an eye on for a while. It's pretty much run since the beginning of August. Here's this guy here. I think August 3rd was the first day that that started running. But anyway, so this flag breaks, tags this line. We bounce off of that, and that was busted pattern number 2. And what do we get off of that? Well, we're looking at a 30-minute chart here, but we get a nice little pull, and we get a pennant. Perfect little pennant here. Breaks out at the 80% mark on a little bit of volume. This was overnight, and it gets up here and it dies again. So the second bull pattern that busts, and then we have another sell down, and we have another little wedge forming here, a bear pennant here, designated by these light blue lines. And we start to break this, and we tag that red line, which is I'm going to go back to the 4-hour here. This is a neckline of a big head and shoulders pattern here that played out earlier in the year. That target's already been met. That was a successful pattern, and I tend to extend the lines of those successful patterns, especially the bigger patterns, because they seem to play a role sometimes. And it kind of did here. We bounced around that that neckline, and it dropped a little bit below it, but then shot up again, and busted that pattern as well. And that's pretty much where we kind of ended the week. And then kind of looking where we're at now, when we started out this evening, we had a little bit of a punch here, and then we've been drifting just a little bit, but holding some small gains thus far. So what do we find out? And where do you think we're going this week? Well, it's still early, but I think we started a new channel here. I think we've had a couple of touches on the 4-hour, and I always go back to a 4-hour chart on the minis when in doubt. 30-minute is nice for some of the smaller time frames if you're looking short term, but if you're looking for the bigger swings, swings as in days, not weeks or months, but days to weeks maybe. I always go to the 4-hour We got a few touches here on the bottom, and we're just making that third touch here on the top. So I'll be very interested to see if this holds overnight and we just kind of drift down, and then maybe start the day off tomorrow with some selling and see if that continues throughout the week and we stay in this channel. Now, it's just kind of a hunch. I'd like to see, you know, this continue to play out and get more touches on each end. This could morph into anything at this point, but the other thing is, you know, we have a more dominant pattern here, a more tried and tested pattern here with this little channel that's been in place since August, and we're back into this, even though it broke out a little bit last week. We made a nice strong move up and got back in that channel. Again, we have this this neckline of the big head and shoulders pattern that's going to act as some support. Then we got some horizontals here too, including this red line. So, you know, we could drift down or we could bounce off one of these supports. And then the bigger thing is, if we were to get down below 1400 and in the upper 1300 area, we have this bigger channel on the minis. There's one on the S&P as well, and some other one-time ETFs and stocks. I think SPY's in one as well. You know, that's the big daddy, and you know, bears can get all giddy and as much as they want, but you know, my motto is play it till it breaks, even though I've been a bear for this whole run of here. And got a little burnt on some of my bear ETFs, but you know, we'll see if this channel starts playing out. Maybe it'll push it down to the bottom of the channel, but in my opinion, this big channel here has got to break before any big trend happens and we get any meaningful downside in the market. So that's what I'm going to watch now on the S&P minis. Looking at the NASDAQ minis, this is a daily view, and you know, we've had the same kind of channel here, and we were kind of up and above this channel thanks to Apple. So, you know, the NASDAQ looks very bullish to me. I guess, you know, that's one way to look at it. You know, another way, we're at the top of the channel here, and we're kind of overbought. So NASDAQ is due for a little break, but again, bears have been saying that for a while. So we don't know what's going to happen there, except that it's a nice bull channel. The Dow minis, same kind of channel, though it tagged the top and it's kind of drifted a little bit, but the midpoint part of this channel has provided some support for now. But you know, again, same as the S&P and the NASDAQ for that matter, you know, until it breaks this bottom trend line, you know, the overall big picture pattern here for the foreseeable months is a bullish pattern. We may have some bearish activity to tag the bottom of the channels, but the bigger channels should hold for now, or at least that's what they've been doing. So so I'll keep an eye on this. I will have daily updates throughout the week. I'm going to try to start doing the videos on the weekends, and then maybe sometimes during the week, but have more regular commentary on the blogs and charts during the week. But those will have all the updates. We'll definitely blog during the day and post some things that I'm seeing. And especially tomorrow morning, we'll see how the top of this channel holds. Maybe we'll get some clues to tomorrow's trading and the rest of the week. So feel free to check back in. Thanks.